Hey everyone, this is Ryan B. With Practical FX Trading. Welcome to the weekly analysis for the Australian dollar versus US dollar. I'm a day late in this one. My apologies. I'm going to try to do all my weekly analysis updates on Sundays, but I got a little behind. So if we look at the Aussie dollar versus dollar, we see this huge descending downtrend all the way back since the summer of 2018. And really that most recent bull run we saw last week for currencies opposing the dollar. So basically, the dollar, U.S. dollar, faced a lot of resistance, but it held. It held its support. And so, what currently I'm not giving any trading advice or investment advice, but personally, I am still buying the dollar in the long term of things, which means I'm selling the other currencies, whatever is it's up against in the pair. But you have to watch with these trend lines. Sometimes they could be subjective. You could say, well, this broke trend, but really, if we look in the larger body, we see that this long sloping trend line. The trend lines are never exact, right? They're a little bit subjective. But what you see is basically all these tops in this very large triangle, if you will. And we see this is the 200-day moving average. And really, as long as price is trending below that 200-day moving average, I'm looking for opportunities to sell. And really, the best sells come at these points when price historically touches the 200-day, as we see it did here. Now, that only happens once every couple of months. So that being said, you never know. Trend can always be turning around, so to be careful when you're trying to sell like ultimate tops and ultimate bottoms. That's a good way to get in trouble, because you think, well, this is the top. No, this is the top. No, this is the top. And price keeps climbing. So, but also, so I have this trend line descending, and if I look at my horizontal support and resistance, look at this point. Price kind of dipped below there for a heartbeat at the beginning of the year. But this line around the 68, 69 cent line, 68.77 to 69, that support and resistance zone has been touched multiple times. May, June, dipped below in August, came back, and it was resistance in mid-September, dipped, resistance again in November. Now we see another attempt. And why I'm thinking this is still a sell for me is because after price moved above this support, resistance, it's quickly getting pushed back down up, right? So this is what we came into yesterday from last week, so there's still a question, well, is price going to hold above this line? Because then maybe it's still a buy, but when I look at the zones, right, so where the bodies of the candles close, the wicks are just kind of like they can push through, but look at these bodies of the candles. They close below the line here, above here, and now it's getting forced back out of this zone. So it doesn't mean that price could not, keep making an attempt to push up. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to see price continue on its former trend that's been going now for a couple of years. And that's one thing, you get to be careful. You get caught up in the day-to-day movements, but you forget that the long-term trend is always the big overriding factor. So if we do look at the short term, though, let's look at this sloping up trend line forming since October. So to do that, I'm going to go to my 4-hour, and let's zoom out. We see this kind of action that's been happening. So if we take these ultimate lows and make our bottoms, and then I go ahead, I'm going to clone this. I can right click, clone, because I want the exact same trend angle. There we go. So we see prices. If price falls through this up sloping trend line, I'm going to know it's returning back to its old prior channel, which just means continued strength of the U.S. dollar now that trade tariffs seem to have been cleared off of the books for December into 2020. Good chance we'll see the U.S. dollar resume its strength, which would be to push down price for Aussie, back towards, let's see. We've got some support here in the middle, right in the middle of this big range, right around the 68-cent mark. So we could see price stall out there for a bit. Another thing is that this upward trend channel could hold. We could see a dip below it to the 50-moving average, push back above, and then see another test of this resistance. And if that happens, that would make me think that price, the dollar is still softening, but doesn't look like it from this chart for Aussie. So, hey, make sure you check out all of our other currency pair charts. Make sure you check out our website, practicalfxtrading.com, and subscribe to our channel so you get all these videos every week. All right, thanks. Bye.